Welcome back to episode 15. So last episode we started building our extension to our base through here, and we drilled all the way down, but we haven't really done very much with it yet. So this episode we're going to be building out in that area down there, and start to build some bigger underground base for all our evil plans. But before we do that,
power critical.
We better put another battery in the spacesuit. Is what we're going to do before that. Also, I'm not sure what happened there. I think it was partway through attempting to cook a tomato when it loaded, but it clearly went wrong. I'm going to leave the automation alone. Okay, evil plan time. Oh, and we must fix the fridge. That's incredibly important for our evil plans. Right, let's go. We're still a bit short on power generation. You recall last time we added a couple more solars to bring this right out, but it's a bit tight, but we have the emergency generator, so that's all fine. Okay, alright, let's get right on with it. We're going to need to start off. Oh, I've just come out here with a fern in my hand. I should probably put that away. It's probably not going to do it any good. Right. Let us start by making steel frames. We've got quite a big area down there that we're going to need to enclose, but we're probably going to need more steel. We did make some more, but there's 92 in there, and there is none in there, so I think we're going to have to make some more. I didn't think there was any lurking around in here. No, there wasn't. Okay, so as soon as it gets light, we best go mining. Between now and then, let's see how many frames we can make, I guess. So one of the things that we will need to do is to make sure that we seal around this, because what we don't want is anything like there to become unairtight, if that's a word. So obviously that side sealed with the base, and this side we've sealed up as part of the initial construction, but there is a risk we could hit an underground cave or something like that as we mine, so I'm going to make sure we've got plenty of frames that we can drop in as we go. We would be unlucky, but it has happened more than once. So that's all the frames we can make right now. We may as well make some sheets with what's left, although it's only going to make 3. But luckily, the sun's just about coming up. Oh, straight through. I thought I'd missed. Okay, so let's turn that off and get some. Throw the. Oh, hello. They really don't want to fly as well as the frames did, do they? There we go, now they're in. Right. Okay, so all good evil plans clearly start with some mining. Let's go and get on with it. Before we go out and do that, I would like to... Did that go outside or inside? It went inside, good. Make sure that I've offloaded as much stuff as I can. Oh my god. Crash, bash, smash. It's a good job I'm not like this in real life. I'd be running into the wall all the time. Right. Okay, I think we're okay on generally on expendables, but I might just top up the jetpack air tank. Whoops. Better to have too much than not enough.
Jetpack critical.
There we go. While we're here.
Air tank critical. Waste tank critical.
Perfect. Right, let's go. Now, I can't remember which direction the largest deposits we're in. I actually have a feeling there was some over here. Whoops, smash, bash, crash. Okay, let's go see what we can find. Sure, I remember seeing some. There's iron down there, that's a good start. Okay, that's probably enough iron, right? Oops. Okay, let's go see if we can find some coal. Is that some? No. That looks hopeful over there though. Perfect. Whoops, I did that wrong, didn't I? I should have just moved those into there. Honestly, I'm just going to throw that. Right. Hopefully, it won't take too long to get to the rest of the inventory full. If I can find any more, there must be some more. There's some. I'm sure it dropped some as well. Although, no idea where that's rolled off to. Okay, maybe not. That's the bit I dropped, I think. Yes. Okay, well that was a 50 stack. Okay, well, do you know what? I think we'll take that and go home. Little scenic tour of the base. Now, what I am going to do, I'm not as daft as you think I am at this point. I am going to start some more chutes building because I want to rig up some chutes to the front of the furnace. And the reason I want to do that is so that I can start to preload it, because I'm going to make a big batch. So if you're going to undertake a big engineering project, it pays to start with a good amount of raw materials. Right, hang on, let's that can just go in there. We'll just let that smelt. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to try to figure out a way to connect these onto here that is in some way usable, but also quite a long run. So I think we might go actually up and then back down. Whoops, nearly did it wrong. Oh, come on. That's it. Ah, made one more than I meant to. Never mind. I'll stick the other one on there. There we go. Lovely. Right, now we can still get to the dial, although it's a little bit more fiddly than it was. We're going to set that to, oops, go to increase, set that to 1, which we know is the setting for steel. And then we are going to drop in 1, 2, 3, and a coal. 1, 2, 3, and I think the coal's going to sit on, oh no, I was going to say sit on top, but as I was about to say it, it reached temperature and started melting. There we go, perfect. And you'll see that's just working its way through now, it's all preloaded. In fact, we could walk away. I'm going to walk away because I want to drop that in there. I can go and sit in the queue for the, in fact I'm going to drop both of those in there. Want one more steel? Maybe we'll have one more steel. Seems like a fair compromise. Oh. There we go. Okay, perhaps that new chute on the end there wasn't the most clever idea I've ever had. Seems to go flying. I feel that being hit in the back of the head by a great big block of steel should have hurt, but there we go, luckily it didn't. Good, so go absolutely crazy and load all of that in there, knowing there's another one manufacturing, which will come out in a minute, I hope. I'm not sure I quite understand what's going on with that. It just seems to fly out in a strange position, but oh well, there we go. Right, and then we're going to turn that off. I'll store the spare one in here. And actually, I'm going to be cheeky and just smelt that. Really is very strange what angle that thinks it's coming out at. Anyway, never mind. Right, that should give us plenty. So we're going to start by making a load of steel sheets because we know we're going to need them. And the other thing we should think about is back to getting some more atmosphere again. Now, I really like the idea of having some planters around the atrium. I think that would look kind of nice. So I'm going to make some more water pipes as well. Connect them up to the pipe grid, and we'll make some hydroponics trays as well. That's probably as many pipes as we need. Don't even know how many steel sheets we're going to need, but I'm sure it's going to be quite a lot. Oh, storm. Okay, right, well let's stop this now. Oh, I can't even move in a straight line, I'm getting thrown all over the place. Come on. Right. For some reason the frame rate seems to be really suffering. No, where are you? Got them. Right, okay, let's get inside. Oh. Can hardly even see where inside is. No, not as far as that. Okay, right, well, that was exciting. Okay, let's get in here and see what we can do. So the first thing we need to do is close this door, because if I dig around down here and go through the wall, it would be bad. Okay. Oh, in fact we've got absolutely loads of steel sheets. Okay, well, looks like we're making frames next time then. Whoops, no. Okay, right, well let's get those welded. Oops. Magic little button if you drag everything into the wrong place like I just did. Right. Okay. This is probably going to spike the temperature. 100 degrees, lovely. Another reason why we want to be able to isolate this area from the main base whilst we're welding. And there's still plenty more welding to be done down here. Okay, now I think we've got a few extra frames here that we don't need up there. So let's get the right tool for the job. Okay, I'll dismantle those later. Actually, I'll dismantle them now. As long as... Well, that's looking a bit like we might be decompressing, or maybe not. No, we might be alright. We should be alright. A little bit concerned. No, it looks okay, it looks okay. And that one's not airtight anyway. We are going to have to be careful though, that back corner is very close to going through, so I think we'll see if we can get in an asset, put one there. We could obviously have done this from the outside probably more easily, but you know, hindsight is a wonderful thing. Right, I'm now going to attempt to not blow myself up by welding in a very confined space. Whoa! See the hot air blasting me backwards. Right, okay, that should be reasonably sealed now. In fact, that whole side of the that whole side of the base there is going to need similar treatment, to be fair. Right, okay. But the good news is that's got us some more. Whoops, so we can do that. Stick that. Although, in fact, I think we're going to need. Yeah, we're going to need to. I know we can put one in there. We can get one in there. It's about as far as we're going to get without a bit more drilling, but let's do those. Okay, right, now mining drill. Obviously as we do this we're creating a suction into the vacuum behind. And we'll drop the pressure further as well, which is even more sorting out to do later, but you know. So we know we're reasonably safe going a few frames at least this way, because obviously the top of the base is airtight. So let's open this up. feel like I need to make a bigger drill. This seems to be taking a long time to drill. That's quite a big void. So those are the sorts of voids that obviously if you hit them,
Power low.
You need to be careful they don't come out on the surface somewhere. Although in this case we've got away with it. But you can see how far it extends back, and actually we know that the main base is safe going back 3 frames, but that probably goes 4 or 5, so I'm not going to dig too much further that way for now. Obviously you can hit them going in any direction. It's clearly less likely that one we hit going downwards will come out on the surface, but it's definitely not impossible. It has happened to me before. It's always an unpleasant surprise, but that's why I try to go a few units, and again that's reaching towards the edge of where we've got sealed, so I don't want to keep going. If we puncture it, it rapidly becomes a pain, especially if we've got an existing iron frame there actually, because we don't have any iron sheets, so we actually can't quickly patch it, whereas at least if we hit a steel frame we can weld up some more, or somewhere where there's no frame at all we've got a few spares and we can lay them in. That's one of the reasons that I'm doing this the way I am. It's to keep a couple of spare frames just in case, so that I can quickly patch holes. But where we've got iron frames from the original construction up the top, that's actually the riskiest, because there's really nothing we can quickly do. I'd have to go and get some iron sheets. Oh, that's a whole frame that we didn't even know was there. Okay, well, we'll see how we do. We can see we're getting quite a big space down here now. I mean, there's still a lot of cleaning up to do, but start to see we're getting quite a big area. I think we'll lay the rest of the frames in as flooring. Start to figure out how we're going to use this space. So I do like the idea of this bit here. We can get some lighting and stuff in, and having this bit as a real sort of central atrium for this floor, but then we'll try and put some rooms in off the side. Right. Go. Let's get some of these laid down then. Right, we know we're going to go this way. Right. Okay, that's all we've got anyway, so let's just more that we haven't welded in or not. I mean, we've clearly got plenty of steel sheets, but I think that might be all of them. Just quickly scout around while this is turned on, see if it hits anything that it wants to weld. No, okay, I think we'll turn that off before we waste all the fuel and heat the place up then. Okay, so we've got plenty of steel sheets. We definitely don't need any more of those. I will take those liquid pipes. I didn't realise we had quite as many as that in here. I thought we only had one. Wasted quite a lot of resources, but I'm sure we can use them. We'll probably bring some water down, to be honest, anyway. I'm sure there'll be things we'll need it for down here. Right, let's just count this. This goes back just past 2. Okay, and then this side. Okay, one, right. So one of the things we need to do is from the outside just do a visual inspection and see how far it's safe to go. Okay, oh, it's 82 degrees in here and it's 10 kPa lower pressure than in there, so it could be interesting when I open this door. Okay, not too bad. Has brought the temperature of the hab up quite a lot though, up to 35. Right, I'm going to turn this off because I feel like it's just wasting resources now. Right, let's stack these pipes and then we can start planning how we're going to, well, in fact we can do more than start planning, we can run some through the wall here. There, that's what we'll do. So we put that through there and then we that there. Put that one like that. There we go. And then the others can go in from the other side. So I probably should have left them down there after all because I think we're going to have to access it on a jetpack. I might as well just get the next piece in at least, and then I'll go out and get the hydroponics trays. And then we really do need to go and get some more. Come on, there we go. Right, we'll want to turn a corner there anyway. We'll drop that one down, I think we'll use it on the next corner. Right, we're going to line this with hydroponics trays, just because we can, and then we'll plant ferns or flowers or something, either for visual appeal or for practical value of generating oxygen. Well, I missed the edge. Okay, don't use your jetpacks indoors, kids. Told you a million times. There we go. Right. Ice mining, I think, is the next important thing to do. Get some pressure up in here. Okay, sort that out. Right, okay, let's go see what we can find. It's getting dark, so it's not the best time to do it, to be honest, but hopefully we'll find our way home. To know there's some cobalt there, we don't need it yet, but we will do. Okay, I'm going to use some oxide just because it's easier to come by. We will still need to find some water ice though, because we need the nitrogen content, and although there's a bit in oxide, it's only 10%. Plan of going out mining was slightly poorly timed, wasn't it? I sort of thought, well, you know, we'll come up somewhere high, we'll be able to look out, we'll be able to see what we're looking for. Maybe not. Okay, good to know there's quite a lot of coal over this way if we want it. Right, I'm definitely not going to use any volatiles, that would be silly. Definitely going to end in an explosion if we do that. That's more oxide. Maybe we'll just go the oxide route for now. I mean, it has got some nitrogen, it's just not enough. it's a quick way to get some pressure into the hab because we can just lob it inside and let it melt. Let the gas processor take care of things. That's silicon, yep. Apparently there are some new models coming for the ice, which will be nice because silicon and water ice do look really similar. Less so than they used to when the game was new, but it is still, when you're at distance at night in particular, it's very difficult to tell the difference between them, so I'm looking forward to that. It's a small change, but I can imagine it makes a big difference when you're looking for something. Right, unless I find any water ice, I'm just going to melt this oxide. I just need to get the pressure up, because if I don't, then we'll run into a problem where the pressure is going to drop so much as I expand that we could end up killing the plants. So I'd rather have a slightly over-oxygenated atmosphere than dead plants, basically. Just let that go in, watch it fly around. I'm going to throw 3 of these in to start off with, and we'll see what happens. There we go, they fly around like crazy things. Right, okay, well while that's doing that, we'll make some more steel frames, since that's the thing we've actually run out of. Whoops. Frames. Okay. Something we should think about at some point is a general purpose sorter that can separate ore from ice, because once we've got that, we'll need it if we want to use something like the rocket, but in the shorter term we can use it to construct an auto miner. So auto miners dig vertical shafts down. They're not hugely useful, honestly, but they generate potentially quite a lot of ore if you get lucky enough to put them above one or more ore veins. And they do also give you a kind of nice vertical slice, so you can see maybe some that are off from the side. You can get the ogre, which does the same kind of horizontally. Okay, if you want to dig into a hill or something, but otherwise probably less useful. And then there's the Amy, which is a great idea, but struggles a bit in the implementation sometimes. It's a robot that will go and gather and return the ore to your chute, which obviously we've got over there, which is fantastic, but it tends to get stuck in holes. It's worse on the landscapes with more verticality, so it's not terrible on Mars, but it's not great. It's a disaster on Europa. It's often not great on the Moon either. So, you know, it can be good. We'll probably will build one, but it's of limited use overall, because you'll probably lose it before it's recovered its cost, in my experience. However, we'll see how we get on. The other thing is you need to be able to park it when there's going to be a storm. Speaking of which, I think now is the time to start thinking about a weather station, so that we get a bit of warning of those storms. So I think let's go and see if we can make, I think it's in here, I've probably got the wrong machine now, but weather station, let's do it. Okay, so we've got everything we need. We could build some wind turbines, to be honest, which can get hold of some power during the storm, but let's start with the weather station so we know when the storm is coming. Not that I'm sure where I'm going to put it. I'd like it to be somewhere that can be seen reasonably easily from the hab, but also is accessible. It's probably somewhere over here, maybe over this way. I mean, perhaps we'll put it on the corner here. Maybe that's a good idea. So it's going to need power, and we will want to connect it to data as well. No, that'll be alright, we can see that there. let's do it. Right, so we need some plastic sheets. So let's get some of those making. Did that do it? What is going on? Oh, I'm right over the button. I keep repressing it. Okay. Luckily, we've got exactly enough for 3 because 3 is what we need. Okay, welding torch. Okay, that's good. Now it has got a data port and you can actually connect that up so that we can use some logic, which we will do later on once we start building our overall warning system and starting to run data networks around. We will absolutely get the right orientation. There we go. We will absolutely want weather to be one of our warnings. Oh, okay, I did that completely wrong, didn't I? That was very silly because now I'm going to have to put out the floor grating as well. What a mess. Right. Whoops. What the hell? I'm going crazy. Right, okay, let's try that one again. Now, how far back am I going to have to go? Actually, I needed to pull these up anyway, because I don't actually know where the nearest cable is to connect this up to. Oh, no, it turns out to be nowhere near. What's all the way over there? Right, okay, lucky we've got quite a bit of cable then, isn't it? Okay. Thought I'd missed one there. Right. There we go, so we can see the green light is on. That means there is no storm expected. If the light goes yellow, it means that there's a storm coming in, and red means there's a storm happening, which feels like superfluous information, I'll be honest, at that point. But hey.
Power critical.
There we go. Right, okay, let's go in and do some more expansion. Oh, I want the hydroponics out of here. How many have we got? 2. Right, well, we definitely want more than 2. So let's get some more iron. And then the next thing we'll have to do is to build a landing pad so that we can get the trader, so we can actually try and buy some flower seeds or flowers, so that we can make the place look beautiful. Let's see what we need for a landing pad. Actually, we might have even got enough stuff, but it's a bit more complicated than just having the landing pad, because we also need to be able to build a satellite dish. Okay, actually that's not too bad. I think we might just go ahead and do that. No, it wasn't me, it's a bug. There's something very strange that's going on with the search function. I'm wondering whether there was a new hotfix published today. Yeah, and I think that's probably broken it. Never mind. Right, okay, we've got almost everything we need for that as well. We just need a bit of extra nickel, which we should have ready to go in here. If I can remember which button it is. There we go. Let's do that. There we are. Perfect. I knew it was worth mining that extra nickel. There's not many things that use it directly, but there's a few. Okay, so let's get those building. We'll do that as a bit of a parallel project. We probably won't set them up this time because that's a bit of time in and of itself to show you how to set that up, but it would be a nice project for early on next video if we've got all the parts ready to go. So let's get the dish building. So I'm going to put the landing pad into this locker out here, ready for next time. No, I'm not. I'm going to get stuck. Right, we'll do that. Still got 6 stackers there that I said I'd fit into the ingot system as well. We ought to do that really. It's another little job for, well, I was going to say for next time, but I'm actually just wondering whether we can do it whilst I'm waiting for that to build. Having said that, it's very easy to do on this side, but actually I think I worked out it's a real pain here. We'll have to do some quite complicated rerouting, so I mean, I guess I could do it for iron and gold. And if at this point you're thinking it's all a bit chaotic and I'm just doing things in chaotic order, you're not wrong. But sometimes when you see these jobs you think, well actually I could stand and watch something print, or I could go and get on with something else. It's just worth getting on with something. Let's do this side at least. Right, I broke it, now I'll have to fix it. In principle this is easy, but I just need to make sure I've left myself enough space to connect to the other one. Oh, nearly put that one in the wrong place. Okay, so let's wire it up. Turn it on, dial it in, there we go. Actually it's probably quickest just to, if I can get my positioning right, which just doesn't seem to be happening today. I think, to be honest, we've got very high temperatures today, and I think my GPU is probably a little warm, and it's struggling a little bit. Okay, so this is the easy ones. You can see it's going to be a lot more difficult to fit the ones facing the other way. It's going to require some substantial amount of re-plumbing of these chutes. Whoops. However, that's at least 4 of them done. Yeah, I think these are going to have to come up, back, up again, and round. I think it's going to be really quite messy. I think we're going to have something that goes like this, up there, up here, sorter there, stacker, sorry, there, and then through the wall there. Okay, well, I suppose I've started, I might as well finish on this one. This is copper, which is probably the next most important, so let's try it. Oh. Whoops. Right, come on. That way round. Then that way round. There we go. Then stacker, which won't fit there. We'll have to go even higher because it's crashing into that. Yeah. No, that's going to have to go one higher.
Hydration critical.
I cannot get this in the right place now. Come on. There, thank you. Right, okay, whoops, that's now an unloader as well. It's not even the right machine after all that mucking about. Okay. Well, this is going to be a real pain to do. Much worse than I thought. Never mind. Oh, and also just realised that we are actually out of power as well. Okay, so this is actually going to have to come along, down, and drop through the top, and that is going to have to go into there. This is a job I should not have started. I got fooled into thinking it was easy from doing the first one. And it's about to be dark as well, and I've run out of power, so I won't even be able to see what I'm doing unless I go back, which I'm going to have to do. Right, actually that's going to have to come off here, isn't it? It's going to have to come up, then it's going to go over. Okay, I mean, at least now I know how bad it is, and it needs a lot more resources than I had anticipated to get it working. Right, let's go and switch out my battery. Whoops, I'm stuck on something in the dark here. That's better. Okay, so I need one more shoot to make that work, and then I'm going to leave it alone and come back and do the other ones afterwards. That's interesting, it didn't do that strange thing where it reopens that time. Right, okay, quick fix on this one. There we go. Right, okay, that's at least working again now. I did turn it on, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. Right, let's go in and finish this hab expansion. Okay, so the pressure's looking much better in this main section, although obviously we had the door shut, so we haven't done anything into this other bit here. However, I'm going to use that to my advantage, because I want these in there. Oh, okay, not quite, not enough. I thought it might go in. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, let's close that for now. Okay, so we're going to build these along here. Later on we'll probably spray these white or something so they're not so obvious, but just that'd be nice to have a few plants growing along here. Oh, there we go. And in fact, what we could even do is we could have like a green wall. We could stuck on the lift. Come on, out of the way. We could actually drop these down here as well. Just connect them all up. Okay, so if we're going to do that though, we're going to need a lot more pipes, but never mind, it's a start. So we can put this one in here. And then we'll run a vertical line of pipes there and connect that up to these. And then once we've clad this with a wall, it will be connected up nicely. So there we go, that was my amazing idea. Might look terrible when it's done, but you know, do that all the way around. I thought it just looks a bit nicer. Let's drop down here. Okay. The rest of the floor down. Okay, that's all done. So right, let's weld those up. Things to the air temperature. What I should have done before I started welding inside was to double check there's no hydrogen anywhere to be seen. That would have been bad. Let's get one more in there. In there. Okay, this should at least give us a reasonable sized floor. Oh, I thought I put one in there. Oh, welding torch is not currently operable. That probably means it's run out of fuel. Yep. Okay. Annoying. Okay. Well, we'll do what we can before we have to go straight back out again. First thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to check the content of the air. There's a little bit of hydrogen, but not very much. It's still actually, incredibly, it's mostly nitrogen down here, despite me lobbing oxide around. But we'll do that. That will rapidly bring the pressure up, hopefully bring the temperature down at least a little bit. You can see we're going to need quite a lot more gas to fill this. There we go. In fact, they're now outgassing so much they're taking off. Yeah, be a bit careful if you do this, because actually if they hit you hard enough they can break your suit, and you can see they're really picking up a bit of speed. I can't even see them now. There they are. They're nearly melted now, but yeah, they do move some speed when they get going. Okay, look at that, we've nearly doubled the pressure in here. Obviously once we open the upstairs it will have come back down, but that's a start. Temperature's still very high. Okay, however I'm now going to ruin all my good work because I'm about to drill some more out. This may take a little while, gradually getting there. It's good to just be a bit cautious when doing this, but on the other hand I wish the drill would go a bit faster sometimes. The difficulty is it's not always completely predictable how quickly a given piece of ground will be dug out. So sometimes you dig and dig and dig and you've got the tiniest little bit and then suddenly a huge chunk goes, which obviously you need to be careful of when you're digging upwards like this, because they mustn't go over the edge. But I think we've got a couple more frames we could go to before that becomes a risk. Certainly there's plenty in here, plenty of volume that can be stripped out. You see we've already got the pressure back down to 50, 53. So we're going to need a lot more atmosphere. And that's the problem, as you build your base out, you do need more atmosphere. Whoa! And that was what I was trying to avoid. Right, urgently need to plug that hole. Otherwise I'm going to have no atmosphere. Oh, where's the sheets? Where's the sheets gone? Quickly, quickly, quickly! I mean, luckily, although it's falling, it's not going quite as quick as I feared it might. Okay, come on, we can do this. Except I've just realised that the welder's out of... Okay, this is bad. Okay, I'm going to have to try and fly out through that hole if I can. No, I'm not. I can't fit. Can I fit? Please let me fit. This is actually even worse. I'm now stuck. Okay, I'm out. Right. And I'm going to have to super quickly try to get that welder charged with fuel. The clock is ticking now as our atmosphere escapes. That was a very unfortunate accident. Well, actually, let's be honest, that was a careless series of events that could have been avoided if I'd made sure that I didn't dig when I didn't have a working welder. But there we go. I was going to say you live and learn, but I'm sure I've done that more than once before. Okay, we've plugged it. Right, let's go and see how bad it is. Okay, that was obviously not the means I intended to use to come out, so first we must open the airlock. And actually I'm going to cancel the pressurize. So luckily we had this door up here and it was closed, so this area remains pressurized to roughly 60. Let's go and see how bad it is through this side. Okay, so you can see we have lost quite a lot of atmosphere down here. It's down to 33, so that was a bit of an unfortunate accident to say the least. But there we go. So let's not do any more of that. Right, well that was a cautionary tale, wasn't it? Let's take that frame out of there. Then we need to drink, and then I'm going to go outside and I'm actually going to lay frames around outside to avoid a repeat of that. It's very easy to get disorientated when you're underground like this and dig in a direction that you don't realise you're digging in. And I actually thought I was probably digging under about this block here, whereas obviously in fact I was digging, no, I was under that block out there. So right, okay, next thing to do, okay, let's see how the pressure holds up. Let's get some sustenance. I may as well have some food while we're here. Okay. Close and lock. Right, did I pick up the sheets? Yes, I did. Okay. Actually, before we do anything else, let's just go and gather up some of these bits of random produce. We seem to be back to the situation we were in before, with produce getting stacked up all over the place. Oh, can't get in here. No, too many seeds on the floor. I'll deal with that in a minute. Let's get these in the cooker. Oh, I left that open. That was very silly. Okay, I think yes, it's fair to say that we have jammed it up with too much food. Oops, that was a terrible throw. I suspect we could probably make a few more tins of food by now though. There's quite a lot building up in there. Anyway, so something to worry about later. Let me see if I can get this rice. I don't want to clear that rice, I want to pick up the other rice, but it's too close, isn't it? No, it's not having it. Okay. That might be a rice off. It's like a write-off, but for rice. Okay, can I get that pumpkin? Which seems to have wedged itself in an improbable position. No. Oh, these pumpkins are a nuisance. Right. Okay. Better. Right, we'll leave that cooking. Okay, I mean the good news is that we've now got tons and tons of seeds, which we can use in our new hydroponics. I mean actually that would be ready, wouldn't it, yet? Right, all of the rest of those are also ready. Of course the problem's going to be that most of this is going to be inaccessible, so we need to plant things that don't need replanting. But that's fine. We'll figure that out. Okay, what's left in here? Oh, there's absolutely tons left in there. I think we're going to be cooking pumpkins and tomatoes for a little while, aren't we? I think switching the power on and off to this seems to be getting us stuck, although it's behaving very strangely today, so I'm wondering if it's a patch thing. Because it's... no, I just realised what the problem is. This chute here is probably full, which means either something's gone in that the cooker can't process, or the the canner, is not loading because it's turned off. So let's turn it on and see if that changes anything. No, I think something's blocking it. Okay, let's quickly let's pull this chute out of here. This could be very messy. Oh, look at that. That's all that stuff that's decayed inside the pipe. It's obviously been jammed for a little while. Oh well. Composter's going to be busy, isn't it? Ah, it's that cereal bar that I made last time. That was stupid of me, really. Never mind. Just wasted a lot of cooked food, but put that in. There we go. Reconnect it. So what can we make? No, we can't make any of those. Can't make any of those. No. We can make one of those. In fact, that's all we can make for now. Anyway, hopefully it'll at least process now, rather than just jamming up and burning its way through all our stuff. So what I'm hoping is that this will go, there we go, and now it's actually throwing things out. Hopefully they're coming through into here. Okay, that looks hopeful. Right, I'm going to add some see-through chutes here so that if that happens again we can see it's happened. No, okay. I thought I had enough there to make one more, but that's fine. The most likely side to jam up is obviously going to be this side. If it gets bad enough that we can see it over there, we know we've got a problem. Okay, so we should actually be able to watch it go over now. There it goes, up over the top and all the way down. That's better. Right. The serial bar of doom. Okay, let's go and seal the outer sections, and then I think we'll probably stop there for this video. Next time we'll start work on the landing pad because we want some flowers, basically.
Power low.
So that seems like a good objective for next time, for a completely ridiculous reason, and that's always the best sort of reason, really. I'm just going to quickly throw my filters in here. I probably should make another filter while I'm at it. I forgot to turn it on. That was daft. And I left these on, very naughty. Right, probably need some more iron to make this work. Filter. Right, yeah, definitely need some more. So let's grab that. Come on, out you come. No, come on. I can't have run out of iron, can we? No. That would have been a nightmare. So let's make 2 more of these. Weld up those frames and then that's it. That's the plan. Whoops. Okay. Right. Okay, so we've got enough to seal 14. Okay, I think that one needs... Actually, it's a steel frame, we could seal that one, that's not a bad idea at all. Oh, what have I done? I've got my tools in the wrong place. That belongs there, that was in the mad panic to seal up the breach. Right, okay. Probably want to seal all of these actually for safety, don't we? Oh, that one's already sealed. Okay, that's fine. So we'll seal these. quite sure what was going on there, something slightly strange. Okay. I think we'll go out here. Right, this definitely needs, there's a hole there, we don't want to accidentally come through there. Right, there's iron frames here that are not sealed, so that's also important that we fix. Welding out here, it's not generating a load of heat internally. Right, let's deal with this end because I'm a bit worried about this. Right, and then we can do that one. And
Waste tank caution.
there we go, at least do that there. Okay, so let's print a few more steel sheets, finish the job. One 7 we need, right. Well, the waste tank is getting a bit full, isn't it? So it's operating in the high temperatures earlier on, I think. Okay. Get these done. And to be honest, we will need even more than that because we're going to need somewhere to put the dish and the landing pad. The logical place to do that is probably over here, although maybe we'll raise the landing pad up a bit now. If we build it far enough that way to be clear of the greenhouse and have some ladders up there, it might look kind of good. It's not functionally necessary, but feels like it might just be an interesting visual thing to do. Right, let's empty the waste tank, otherwise it's the sort of thing I'll forget about.
Waste tank critical.
Right, hopefully that's done. There we go. Okay. Good. Just going to quick check and see. We've got plenty of oxygen. Not much hydrogen, but that's fine. We've got quite a bit of fuel already made up. Whoops. Almost no nitrogen as expected. A little bit still in there. What I'm just wondering about is whether we've got anything in here, because we disconnected this. This is still really quite hot actually, and it's mostly carbon dioxide and pollutant. So Probably not worth mixing that in. There is a bit of hydrogen, but hydrogen at 90 degrees is not something I'd like to mix with anything with any amount of oxygen in it. So we're going to leave that for now. I don't want to risk superheating the hab. Right, I still haven't connected this pipe up, have I? I keep threatening to do it. Maybe I'll do that quickly as the last job. I did say we'd do it so that we could have our world domination plans. What does it need? A couple of bits of pipe, probably. Oh, not even very much. One piece of pipe. Spare pipe anywhere? Probably not. No, we actually have. It's the wrong colour, but we can fix that. We have paint. Right, let's connect this in here. Okay, I think I see why it wasn't connected now. Let's get the wrench. Right, so the question is, will it connect if I do it the right way round? Obviously, that helps, but will it connect, or is there something in the way that's stopping it? No, there is something. Oh, it's clashing with the door. I remember now. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll bring it out here. I probably could dismantle the existing pipe, but it's a little bit too risky to do that right on the edge there of the window. And then we'll connect that into there. There we go. We've done it. Another little job done. Put the floor back down. There we go. Okay, good. So I think that will do for this one. I am going to head back inside, and next time we will continue expanding the downstairs, and we will also get a landing pad up and running, so that we can grow some flowers along there. I think that's a good plan. It's a good use of the space. Looks nice. Flowers are useful for a couple of things, but mostly for generating oxygen. So you know, we can always do with a bit more oxygen, right? But it means we've become a bit more self-sufficient. Where we want to get to is a situation where we don't need to go mining for oxide. Ideally, where we don't need to go mining for hydrogen from volatiles either, which we can probably address with the composter. So that's it for this time. So a few miscellaneous improvements and a bit more expansion and a breach. And I will see you on the next video.